Hello, welcome to how to solve this radical equation. Square root of 5 to the power square root of x minus square root of 5 to the power square root of y is equal to 600. We can write this square root of 5 as 5 to the power 1 over 2 whole to the power this power square root of x minus, and we can write this square root of 5 as 5 to the power 1 over 2 whole to the power this power square root of y is equal to 600. Next, according to the property of exponents, a to the power m whole to the power n is equal to a to the power m times n. We multiply this power 1 over 2 by this power square root of x. 5 to the power 1 over 2 times square root of x square root of x over 2 minus 5 to the power 1 over 2 times square root of y square root of y over 2 is equal to 600. Next, we suppose that square root of x over 2 is equal to m and square root of y over 2 is equal to n. Let square root of x over 2 is equal to m and square root of y over 2 is equal to n, and we substitute these values in this equation. Then this equation becomes 5 to the power m minus 5 to the power n is equal to 600. Next, we notice that 5 to the power m minus 5 to the power n is equal to a positive number. It means 5 to the power m is greater than this number 5 to the power n. 5 to the power m is greater than 5 to the power n. It means m is greater than n. So we suppose this m equal to this number n plus some another number, let's say k. Let m is equal to n plus k, and we substitute this value of m in this equation. Then this equation becomes 5 to the power value of m n plus k minus 5 to the power n is equal to 600. Next, according to the property of exponents, a to the power m plus n is equal to a to the power m times a to the power n. We can write this 5 to the power n plus k as 5 to the power n times 5 to the power k minus this 5 to the power n. 5 to the power n is equal to 600. Next, we can factor out 5 to the power n from here. 5 to the power n times, in bracket left, 5 to the power k minus 1 is equal to, and if we factorize this 600, we factorize this 600, 600 is divisible by 5. 5 one time, 5 two times 10, and 5 0 times 0. Again, this 120 is divisible by 5. 5 2 times 10 and 5 4 times. You can see that this 600 is equal to 5 times 5 times 24. So we can write this 600 as 5 square times 24. Now it is a fact that 5 to the power any number is an odd number. So this number 5 to the power n is an odd number. And this number 5 to the power k is also an odd number. But when we subtract 1 from it, it becomes an even number. And at the right side, this number 5 to the power 2 is 25. That is an odd number. And this number 24 is an even number. So we write this odd number equal to this odd number and this even number equal to this even number. 5 to the power n is equal to, at right side the odd number is 5 square. From here n is equal to 2. Now we write this even number equal to this even number 24. 5 to the power k minus 1 is equal to 24, and we move this negative 1 to the right side. 5 to the power k is equal to 24 plus 1. 5 to the power k is equal to 24 plus 1, 25. Next, 5 to the power k is equal to, we can write this 25 as 5 square, and from here k is equal to 2. So the value of n is 2 and the value of k is 2. Now recall that we have supposed that m is equal to n plus k. We have supposed m is equal to n plus k. We can find the value of m by putting value of n and k in this equation. M is equal to, the value of n is 2 plus the value of k is 2. So the value of m is equal to 2 plus 2, 4. Now we have the value of m 4 and the value of n 2. Now recall that we have supposed that square root of x over 2 is equal to m and square root of y over 2 is equal to n. We have supposed square root of x over 2 is equal to m. Square root of y over 2 is equal to n. To find the value of x in this equation, we put the value of m 4. Square root of x over 2 is equal to the value of m 4, and if we multiply both sides of this equation by 2, we get square root of x is equal to 8, and we take a square of both sides. This square will be cancelled with this square root, and x is equal to square of 8 is 64. This is the value of x. Now to find the value of y, we put the value of n2 in this equation. Square root of y over 2 is equal to, the value of n is 2, and if we multiply both sides of this equation by 2, we get that square root of y is equal to 4, and we take square of both sides. This square will be cancelled with this square root, and the value of y is equal to square of 4 is 16. This is the value of y. Now to verify these values of x and y, we put these values in the original equation. The original equation is square root of 5 to the power square root of x minus square root of 5 to the power square root of y is equal to 600. In this equation, we put the value of x 64 and the value of y 16. We can write this square root of 5 as 5 to the power 1 over 2 whole to the power square root of, in place of this x we put the value of x 64 minus, and we can write this square root of 5 as 5 to the power 1 over 2 whole to the power square root of, in place of this y we put the value of y 16 is equal to 600. Next, 5 to the power 1 over 2 times square root of 16 is 8 minus 5 to the power 1 over 2 times Square root of 16 is 4, is equal to 600. Next, 5 to the power 1 over 2 times 8, 4 minus 5 to the power 1 over 2 times 4, 2 is equal to 600. Next, 5 to the power 4 is equal to 625 minus, and 5 square is equal to 25 is equal to 600. 625 minus 25 is equal to 600 is equal to 600. From here you can see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So it is proved that the value of x 64 is correct and the value of y 16 is correct.